Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'll show you how you can use OpenAI's image models to generate images through multiple iterations. To give you an example, this is the original image the model generated based on my prompt. After that, I asked it to make a few edits and it came up with this image. The only difference I asked through my prompt was to make this pen appear on the kid's hand. And then on the third iteration, I told the model to change the style and bring the crocodile closer to the boy. And as you can see, in all three cases, it did a really good job. So in this video, I'm gonna walk you through the diagram or the system design diagram to show you how exactly it works. We're gonna run the process in the background so that we can generate a new image while we're going through both the code and the diagram. And I'm also going to do a deep dive into the code. The code is also going to be linked in the description below if you want to check it out yourself. With that said, let's get started with the prompt. So I'm going to run the program and then generate or pass it a prompt. Let's say we have penguins playing soccer near a beach. Okay. So it is generating the image. It does take a few minutes. So while it does its thing, we're going to jump to the system design diagram. So over here, you can see we have our server to the left and then the OpenAI server to the right. Initially, it's very simple. When you need an image to be generated, you pass the prompt to the model, and the model returns back the image in a base 64 encoded form and a response ID. It's very simple. We send the request to the model and we get the image back. Now, when we move into the iteration, so we essentially want to ask the model to make changes to the original image. There's two approaches you can take. We're going to walk through the first option, which is you have the new prompt where you just tell the model to make the edit, and you have the original image that you just received from the model. You send that back to the model with your prompt. So you have the edit prompt, and then you have the original image. You pass it to the model, and then the model returns back the new image and a response ID. The problem with this approach is you need to pass the original image back and forth, which is not very efficient. So there's a better way to do it, which we're going to take a look at in a little bit. But let's try to see how the program is doing. So as you can see, it's still generating the original image. It does take a few minutes. So while it's doing its thing, we'll jump back to the system design diagram. Now, for option two, when you're asking for the new image, you have the same edit prompt. Now, when you're passing the edit prompt, instead of passing back the original image, you can just pass the response ID that you received from the model. The beneficial thing with this approach is you don't need to pass the same image back and forth. After you receive your original image, you can just use the response ID from that response to almost refer back to the image. This way, you're saving a lot of bandwidth because you don't need to send the image back and forth every single time. Now, let's take a look at the code to show you how exactly this happens. Now, so let me just do this. Whoops. All right. Uh, we'll have the code here, but let's see how our program is doing. So as you can see, our original program here that we kicked off, it did generate the original image and it saved it in generated image original.png. So let's quickly take a look at this. Okay, there you go. Our prompt, just to remind you, was here, enter penguins playing soccer near a beach, and it's a pretty good photo, right? Now, let's say it asks, are you happy with the image? Let's say we're not. And now it's asking us to give it feedback, right? So let's say we wanna let's say add a dragon to the sky and make the photo look more artistic. Now it's gonna again generate the iteration. So let's jump into the code and we can come back and see how the next iteration of the image is. Now, going to the code, you'll see that in the main function, we have the original prompt that we're asking the user, and then we invoke or we call the generate or edit image function. Take a look at the function. It takes in the prompt, the path. So this is where it's going to save the image, and then the previous response ID. This comes back to what I mentioned here. After the initial response is received, you get that response ID, which you can continue using to refer to the image. So you take that in optionally, and then we're calling the GPT-5 model with the prompt. And then we also give it the tool, the image generation tool. It's a built-in tool that OpenAI provides you, not a tool that you need to define custom. To the model, we're passing the name of the model, the prompt, the tool, and then the response ID when available. The model gives back the result, and given the image is a result of this tool call, the image lives in output.result within the image generation call type. When OpenAI gives you a response, there's going to be multiple events, but you want to watch for the image generation call event. Once you receive the image data, you where is it? You save it, and then you return the response ID. This is the ID that we see here. Okay. Now, if we go back to the main function, you can see that we get the original image, we save it, and then we start the iteration. In the iteration, we're asking the user, are they happy or not? If they're not, we enter this block, which essentially asks for the new prompt, gets the new prompt, and then calls the function again. But this time, it calls it with the response ID from the previous call. We're storing it here, and then every time the new image is generated, we're saving it in this variable. Now going back, you're going to see that we have the response ID, we pass it to the model, and then for the new response, we return the ID so that now we have it again, so that in the next iteration, we can refer back to it using the response ID. So that's pretty much all. This is where all the iteration happens. And then finally, when you're satisfied, we break out of the while loop and we save the final image as _final, and we exit the program. Now, before we end the video, let's quickly see if this finished or not. Okay, it looks like it did do the edit, image iteration 1. So let's check out image iteration 1. There you go. So it did add a dragon, and it did make the whole image look a lot more artistic. So let's say we're happy with the image. We're going to go back to the program and say yes. And it saved it in generated image final, which should be over here. Okay. So hopefully this was helpful. I'm going to have both the code here and the diagram linked in the description below. But if you have any other question, let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I will catch y'all in the next one. Take care. Bye.